one of the most cherishable days of our student life, isn't it?
Undoubtedly, we are rather proud to be a part of third edition of Synergy Teenage Trainers Brigade Workshop.
Absolutely. By the way, I hope we are going to unfold the perspectives integrated in the bestseller Atomic Habits authored by James Clear.
Friends, I have a ring doubt.
What is it?
Atomic Habits obviously deals with habits, and the book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey also throws ample light on habits. Do the two books share the same content?
A genuine question indeed. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, presented in the second edition of STTB in 2025, highlights the principles and character that govern the human nature.
On the other hand, Atomic Habits is concerned with behavioral patterns and their tactical impact on human nature.
So, both the books are complementary to each other, aren't they?
Oh, I've got clarity now. Then what do you think are the objectives behind holding STTB as one of the flagship events of Sri Prakash?
A pertinent question by all means. The chief objective includes...
Hello friends, we've been waiting for you.
Hi friends, great to find you all here.
You all seem to be in a serious talk.
We're in the midst of discussing the objectives behind holding the STTB.
Well, it's a unique theme of our school's vision. Students as leaders, learners, and linguists in the making.
Definitely. To be precise, through this workshop, we're going to be highlighting how to build good habits and break bad ones, incorporated in the book Atomic Habits, aren't we?
Unequivocally stated. Further, we can understand how even small habit changes can potentially impact our directions and destinies.
Truly stated, dear all. That's the gist of the book Atomic Habits. By the way, in today's workshop, we have 7 teams presenting 7 different aspects of this book, Atomic Habits.
Firstly, it is the fundamentals.
Followed by the first law.
Followed by the second law.
Then comes the third law.
The fourth law.
The advanced tactics.
And finally, the capstone presentation.
Well, that's an exciting lineup. Now let us all join our hands to enlighten our parents about how compounding of habits recalibrates our behavior and reconfigurates our physical and psychological landscape.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a curtain raiser for the grand STTB workshop today. Let's get up for the mega show.
Yeah, we are ready to extend a hearty welcome to you, dear parents,
To this glorious workshop for an enlightening experience.
Grand welcome to the STTB 2026.
Vijay Prakash Garu, Senior Principal Sir, Sri MBBS Murthy Garu, Academic Coordinator Sir, Sri K. Vishwanath Garu, faculty members, parents, and my dear fellow students, we, the Synergy Teenage Trainers Brigade, cordially welcome you all to the third edition of STTB. Ladies and gentlemen, as we eagerly proceed to take you on an interactive workshop through this creative journey, we'd like to request you to the Enjoy workshop with hands-on experience in the deepest beauty of habit landscape. Thank you.
To ceremonially inaugurate the most awaited workshop, we'd like to request our beloved director, Sir C.S. Vijay Prakash, to kindle the sacred lamp as an auspicious gesture. We'd also like to request other dignitaries and a couple of parents to accompany the director, sir. Let us welcome with an appreciation of class.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's invoke the God Almighty for His benign blessing through the prayer song. For your devotional rendition. Now, I would like to call upon my friend Vikrant to give an announcement.
So, Namaste parents, and I am Vikrant. So today, as we got to know that we are going to have 7 presentations, so we need your utmost participation in those activities. By chance, if we lack any enthusiasm or the participation, we are going to have a lucky draw through which the parents will be called. So we will be picking these popsicles whenever we lack the participation. So parents, please do not give me a chance to come onto the dais and enjoy the show. Thank you.
I feel so privileged to welcome the honorable guest and open the show. Now, I, Manaswini Somisetti, present you all the team fundamentals.
Namaste everyone, I'm CH Saryu.
I'm Vaishnavi.
I'm Vanilla.
I'm Vedita.
I'm Mahati.
I'm Shavya.
I'm Geeta Lasya.
And I am Ananya. I am here to tell you about the book introduction. Atomic Habits was written by James Clear. It is one of the most influential and powerful book in the whole world. Most of the peoples changed their bad habits into good habits, and it helped so many people in the world. And next, about the author. James Clear is one of the most finest author in the world. He is a speaker. He is a speaker, entrepreneur and a thinker, and of course he is a habit builder.
Audience, now let's dive into the first topic, the surprising power of atomic habits, where we learn about the compounding power of 1% rule. But before diving into the topic, let us watch a short clip on the British cycling.
Did you know that getting just 1% better every day can make you 37 times better by the end of the year? Today we are breaking down the powerful story of the British cycling team from the book Atomic Habits. For 100 years, the British cycling team was average. Actually, they were worse than average. Since 1908, they had only won 1 gold medal at the Olympic Games. They were so bad that a top bike company in Europe refused to sell them bikes. They didn't want people to see the British team using their equipment and think the bikes were slow. The team was stuck. They were waiting for a miracle. Then, in 2003, everything changed. A new coach named Dave Brailsford arrived. He didn't believe in miracles. He believed in the 1% rule. He looked for tiny things to improve by just 1%. They started with the obvious things. They made the bike seats more comfortable and asked the riders to wear heated shorts to keep their muscles warm. But then, they looked for 1% gains in places no one else looked. They hired a doctor to teach the riders the best way to wash their hands so they wouldn't get a cold. They even painted the inside of their team truck white so they could see tiny bits of dust that might slow down the bikes. What happened? Only 5 years later, the team went to the 2008 Beijing Olympics and dominated. They won 60% of the gold medals. They went from being a team that no one respected to the most successful team in the history of cycling. All because of 1% changes.
And now let me brief you about this video. British cycling was the perfect example for 1% better every day. It commonly tells us if we better 1% every day, we will become a great persons in the future. And as you saw, they used hand washing techniques, pillows for their neck rest, etc.
Topic positive compounding. Firstly, what is compounding? Compounding is a systematic process of building an habit, right? So, I have a question for audience. Imagine there are two options. Option A, 50 lakhs in cash today. Option B, 1 rupee that doubles every day for next 30 days. So, who choose option A can raise your hands. One are excited about option B, rupee, and day 5 16 rupees, day 10 512 rupees, and day 30 you will be having 53 crores, which is a huge amount from a single rupee to 53 crores. Likewise, we apply this concept in our life. Tiny actions with consistency can help you building an habit. So here the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is not talent, it's all about compounding.
Shravya has spoke about positive compounding. Now I am going to speak about the other side of compounding, negative compounding. The main idea in the negative compounding is that if we do a bad habit every day consistently, at the end of the year, we are going to become the zero or worst of ourselves. At starting, the changes may be very small, but day after day, they are going to become the big changes. For example, if you watch your screen time more than 5 minutes than the before day, you are going to waste your screen time more than hours and days for the next or last year. So ultimately, positive compounding and negative compounding are linked to each other but quite opposite. Thank you.
Do you know many of us, including me, struggle with managing our screen time?
Yes, including me.
Sometimes I just pick up my phone to call my friend, but then without knowing, I tend to shift apps and waste almost an hour on my phone. Don't you think we should help our parents realize how much time they've been losing on this?
I'm here with a solution for that. Here to conduct an activity on negative compounding, I would like any 10 parents to show their screen time. Please be comfortable to show your screen time.
Parents, now our volunteers will be approaching you. Please feel comfortable to share your screen time with them.
Just 4 hours. 4 hours a day does not feel like a tragedy when you break it up between mornings and evenings. But then let's run compound math into human life. 24 hours in a week, which is 112 hours in a month. Over just 1 year, it equals to 1,460 hours. Parents and students both, 1,460 hours a year is completely wasting your time on your phone. It's 2 months, it's 2 pure months of conversion. Now, it is an invisible leak in a boat where you cannot find anything in the first day or on the 9th day, but eventually the ship sinks on the final day, right? That is the entire motive of this negative compounding.
1% graph every day. So 1% better every day, putting efforts will make you 37.78% a better person. While 1% not putting efforts or adding more bad habits into your lifestyle will make no change or even can make you worse. Small improvements at first may have seemed insignificant, but consistent growth compounds over time. A 1% improvement each day will make us a remarkable results. I'm going to give you my own example.
I'm really bad at maths at first. So I've started working on myself. Like, I need to solve 5 problems each day so that at an end of an year I can see a great result. Like, I can improve my math skills. So I want to say that habits are the compound interest to self-improvement.
If we know how the math works, we have to ask ourselves a deeper question. If compounding can be this powerful, then why do we tend to quit our good habits so quickly? We, as students, why do we study so hard for 2 weeks straight and then see no result in our next exams and just give up? The answer to this question is quite simple. It is because we completely misunderstand what progress actually looks like. To understand this concept better, let me explain you all about this Chinese bamboo seed theory. Here, 5 years back, a Chinese bamboo seed was planted. In the first year, we watered it, fertilized it, and took care of it. But we see no change. In the year 2, we took the same care, but we did not see any visible growth. In the year 3, although there is no on-surface change, the underground system has started to become solid. In the year 4, the underground network is set. But to any outsider, since there is no tree on the surface, it would look like a total failure. But there is a miracle happening in the 5th year. In the year 5, the Chinese bamboo tree grew up till 80 feet just in 6 weeks. Now let me ask you all a psychological question. Do you think the tree has grown just overnight in those 6 weeks, or was it growing all through those 5 years? Yes, you're right. It was growing all through those 5 years. It was just that the growth was hidden. This is what James Clear calls as the plateau of latent potential. It is where your small habits create hidden progress, and the value of disappointment is a frustrating phase where you see no results. But what many of us do not realize is that our potential is not being wasted. It's just being compounding underneath.
About system over goals. System over goals is also an important example. And have you ever wondered, most of the people have same goals, but only few will achieve them. It's because of they didn't form any system. And let me tell you some examples. There is an athletic coach. His goal is to win a championship, and he need to form a system. Like, he need to recruit elite talent, manage coaching staff, etc. And next, an entrepreneur. His goal is to build a $1 million business, and he need to form a system. Like, he should rapidly create some ideas and hire reliable staffs like that. And next, a musician. His goal is to master a new piece, and his system is practice daily and break down heavy and impossible notes into smaller ones and easy ones. And let me tell you the final line. Goals provide direction, but systems drive progress. Thank you.
Parents, let's be honest for a second. A lecture is quite boring, right? So here I am again to present an interesting interactive activity. Well, the activity is about system over goals. Which one do you prefer? Many of us might prefer goals, but let us perform an activity to realize which one is better, system or goals. Okay, in the activity we are going to have two cases, case 1 and case 2. In case 1, we'll be focusing only on goals, not following the system. And your goal is provided as to drop the ball in bucket. And in the second case, we have following on system. Now, and here is your goal and there is your try. And you will be blindfolded.
Okay.
That's a really great try, ma'am. Now you can go for the second attempt. The try is really appreciating. Here is your That's super close. Well, parents, we have witnessed in the case 1 where the volunteer is only focusing on goal. Let us see what will happen.
జస్ట్ కొంచెం
Ma'am, you can move.
కొంచెం కొంచెం ఫోర్స్ కొంచెం స్పీడ్ పెంచాలి.
Ma'am can go here. Sir, ma'am
ఓకే
can walk.
ఓకే ఓకే జస్ట్ సరే తక్కువ ఇంతకన్నా తక్కువ ఫోర్స్ పెట్టాలి. రైట్ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది అదే రైట్. ఓకే కొంచెం ముందుకు.
She can go near the buckets.
ఓకే
She can go.
ఓకే ఇంకా వెళ్ళు ఇంకా వెళ్ళు ఇంకా 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 కొంచెం ముందుకు కొంచెం కొంచెం ఇంకా ఇంకా కొంచెం రైట్ లీవ్ ఇట్ రైట్.
Please give ma'am a handful of applause. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for your active participation.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Goal. In case one, our dear volunteer have focused only on goal, which did not actually made her succeed in achieving her goal. Even though was close to her target, but still there is no success. But in the second case, even though she failed to reach the target twice, but she still managed to reach her target by following a proper system. We have to make sure that your system should be perfect to reach the goal. Not perfect, but should be appropriate for the goal you want to reach. In the first attempt and second attempt, ma'am didn't follow a proper system. But coming to the last attempt, she managed to discover the proper system and she reached to goal. So that's what we conclude. Focus on system instead of goal to reach your target better.
Ask me. So once again I'm going to give you a differentiation between a goal and a system. So goal is the final point or the final destination you reach, and system would be the path or the process you achieve your goal. So there would be many problems which arise when you focus completely on your goal rather than following your system. So the three problems are winners and losers have the same goals, and the second problem would be achieving a goal is only a momentary change, and third goal would be goals restrict your happiness. So the first problem would be winners and losers have the same goal. So at the beginning of the session, we started our session by watching a video where the video was all about the British cyclists before and after, including tiny habits in their daily life. So before and after wouldn't give a much difference, rather including a small habit. Before and after includes the same goal, which is winning the gold medal or achieving the final destination. But the only difference lies in the system they follow. Like they have included tiny habits like painting their cycles and washing their hands before playing. And the second problem would be achieving a goal is only a momentary change. So I would start this problem by giving a small example. So let us all imagine that tomorrow we are having a test. Let that be a mathematics test. I could say that truly, as my friends and all are here, we started actual preparation before the day of our exam. We all assume that we are completely prepared and our preparation is all set to go and we can attempt the exam. But we will realize our final goal once we get the score list in our hand, right? And then the difference all lies in this example would be the system we follow. Here, for this particular example, the system we should follow would be practicing it every day so that it becomes automatic in our life. And the third problem would be goals restrict your happiness. Everyone present in this room would have different goals. One would wish to be teacher, one would wish to be a doctor, architect, etc. All have different goals, but everyone fall in a myth that achieving your goals can give you your final happiness. That is totally wrong. When you feel in love with your system which you follow, which makes your goal easier, you can finally achieve it and stay happy in your life. Thank you.
Here with the concept 1. Now let us dive into the concept 2, how your habits shape your identity and vice versa.
James Clear states that the problem isn't the willpower. The problem is we try to change our mistakes in a wrong direction. To understand this, look at the screen. We have these three changes and then they're divided into three concentric circles. The first is the outcome layer. That is where what we get. For example, getting 95% in your exams or boards, or winning a trophy or losing weight.
The second layer is the processes. This layer is concerned with changing your habits and your systems. It is all about designing your daily routine. For example, hitting the gym thrice in a week or sitting down at your desk and revising your notes. And the deepest layer is the identity layer. It is all about how you view yourself and it is all about your belief system. Imagine shifting from I am trying to study more to I am a dedicated student. It doesn't create a lot of difference. This brings us to our next concept, identity-based versus outcome-based habits. If you take a look at the image placed on the left side, the arrow starts from the outer layer and dives deep into the center core. It is a traditional way where most of us try to build good habits, focusing on what we want to achieve instead of who we want to become. Since the arrow is pointing the outwards, our routines feels forced because we truly haven't changed what we think we are. But if you're talking about the identity change, the arrow starts from the inner core and expands to the outside. Means we are changing our beliefs. And since the arrow is expanding outside, your actions flow naturally. And the outcome which you want to receive happens as a byproduct of a human who you actually are.
Identity-based habits and outcome-based habits. The rules are simple. You need to pair correctly with the identity-based and the outcome-based habits. Example, if you want to be a singer, you should be good at your vocal skills. So singer is the identity-based habit and vocal excellence is the outcome-based habit. So in the same way, we have some other examples which you need to pair up. So I would require 2 gentlemen and 2 ladies for this activity. So your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Six is the time.
Okay, I think we have completed the game. Applause. Teacher, deep knowledge. Investor, business growth. Writer, published books. Athlete, peak fitness. Reader, teen success. Entrepreneur, wealth creation. Artist, creative expression. Programmer, software solutions. Doctor, patient recovery. Farmer, crop harvester. Reader, student growth. So let's give them a big round of applause and thank you. Let's say a person is trying to quit smoking. So this is the best response you can say, because when you say no, I'm trying to quit smoking, you're still trying, not doing, and you may attract to it either. So when you say I'm not a smoker, you have already identified yourself as a not a smoker. So you won't do it again or you won't attract to it. So I'm saying is your identity emerges out of your actions or habits. Thank you.
So thank you, Vanilla, for the wonderful activity. So I'm here to explain about how to change your identity. Repeated actions. Every action is a oath for the habits reinforce your identity. Consistency in cases. Believe it, act on it, act on it. Build new habits that reinforce your new identity. Repeat it. So if we follow these 3,
who you want to become, not how and what you want to become. For example, if you don't know who you want to become, you are like a boat without a rudder in a river. We humans have the power to change our beliefs about ourselves. For example, we can say ourselves, I am good at maths, etc. So our identity is not set in a stone. Habits matter. Fundamentally, they are not about having something, but they are about becoming someone. Ultimately, habits matter the most because they help in becoming the person we wish to be. Thank you.
Now, let us start our concept 3 with a small role play.
In this case, it's the flash of the screen and the ping of the notification and furiously typing a reply with a giant smile on her face. Step number 3, the response. This is the actual habit or action you perform because the student locks the phone, places it back down, rub her hand back of her neck signs contentedly, and sits back in her chair looking completely satisfied. Step number 5, the reward. It is the satisfaction that she gets. End of the narration.
And Manaswini, we saw the habit loop. Habit loop is a process made up of cue, craving, response, and reward. A cue triggers your brain to start a behavior, and the craving gives you motivation to act. When response leads to a reward, your brain reinforces the loop and makes the habit more automatic over time.
Habit loop is also called the feedback loop. It includes four main steps: the cue, craving, response, and reward. So, habit loop consists of two main phases, which is the problem phase and the solution phase. Problem phase consists of cue and craving, whereas the solution phase consists of the response and reward. So now I'm going to give you a brief information about this habit loop. So from the above activity or the role play which you have seen, the cue would be the flash of the mobile, which made her to see the mobile and to reply the message. And then the craving would be the desire in her to watch the mobile and to reply the message. And then the response would be the process of taking that phone. And the final reward would be the final satisfaction in that person so that the work is finally done.
Laws of behavior changes. In Atomic Habits, James Clear explained about how to build a good habit. He uses 4 laws to build a good habit: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Likewise, we use these laws for breaking a bad habit. So, in the role play, we saw the student is suffering from the phone as she addicted to it. So, we make the phone invisible. So, she can't take the phone and she can't crave for it, and she can delete the apps which are mostly used. So, it can be unattractive, and if she hides the phone, then it would be difficult to find for her, and make it unsatisfying, which is very easy as she can't have any interesting things and she couldn't find the phone. She will be unsatisfied and she will not be addicted to the phone. This is how you break a bad habit, by using the 4 laws. Thank you.
You are asking the parents to make phone invisible for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we like it.
Make it unattractive means you not have a smartphone, you phone, so that it will be unattractive.
And we can delete the most used apps, so we will not be able to will not have interest rates.
So you all know the solution.
Open your father's and mother's phone, delete all attractive apps for you.
So that you will not be touching that phone again. But you don't have a phone, right?
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir.
No, I'm talking even at home.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So by the end of the presentation, I want all of you to come out with what you are assuming to be.
What?
You have it in your presentation, or
What's your identity?
No, sir,
we'll be doing. Oh, fine, good.
Attending our event here. Shruti Akka and Sanjana Akka, I want you to please come onto the stage and share your 1% habits that led to your success.
Everyone, I am Sanjana. Thank you, Saryu. Well, I don't think I have so many insignificant habits for the birds, but I really did follow all the steps my teachers gave me, and also about the practice that I did, because thoroughly studying NCERT felt like a burden, but actually it helped me a lot, and genuinely a lot of questions also come from there. And since I'm a NEET student, it also helped me a lot through that perspective as well. And I even have a correction notebook so that all my mistakes can be seen like every single day for revising, etc. So I really think that would help a lot, because even if you study without like unconsciously, even if you study, it keeps on like bringing you practice and all. So in your brain, at the back of your head, you'd still keep it as a memory.
Hi, I'm Shruti. Thank you so much, Saryu. Everyone says that, keeping notebooks, I mean, she's not wrong, but one thing that is very important is your sleep. And I know that all of us will stay awake and or like watch phone, or we also study late night. But one thing that you should follow is have a good sleep schedule. You have to have at least 7 hours a day of sleep. Otherwise, your brain will not function. It might work for like a week or 2 weeks, but in the long term, it will not help you. it will just ruin your mental capacity. You cannot increase your memory power if you do not have sleep. So that is one thing I've observed and also recommend everyone to have. Thank you.
Level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your systems.
Mastery is not a singular event, it is a continuous improvement.
Poor changes create massive setbacks.
Small habits reinforce your identity. Every action is a vote for the person you wish to become.
If you want better results, then stop focusing on your goals and focus on your systems instead.
Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement.
The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is not talent, it's all about compounding.
Your identity emerges out of your actions.
So we conclude that small habits
Does matter.
Thank you.
So I still want to improve my English vocabulary.
I would like to include two more, which is a good public speaker and a logical thinker.
I want to become a student where I improve my speaking skills maybe.
So I want to focus on my system more. I have set my goal. I want to focus on my system.
What do you want to become?
I want to become an agricultural scientist, sir. So I have to study more and get a part of.
What's your system?
System would be like I'm reading regarding all my entrance exams. BSc in agriculture. Now I'm BPC.
I want to become a person who benefits many people. So I want to become an entrepreneur.
System.
What are you doing today to become that tomorrow? Each day, what are you doing to become that?
I'm thinking about this. I'm basically studying about the human psychology.
I want to be a good speaker.
System towards it.
Practicing and not faring much.
What is your system? Practicing in what way?
Like participating in everything which I can do, and yeah. Yes.
And I would also like to include my future goal and I want to connect this to systems and goals. So my future goal is to become a civil servant. And since that is my goal, from now I'll be creating a system where I'll be reading newspaper every day and doing past PYQs or already getting started on it. So that will create a system for me. Thank you.
As I mentioned that I want to become a good public speaker, so I've been working on my skills and my system through which I approach to make my communicating skills better is thinking in English, which helped me a lot. Not only thinking in English but also try to avoid other languages, because using other languages and switching languages in between can lead to language glitch, and I faced it too much, which made my English worse. I can say that you can prefer talking one language and stop switching to language more frequently. Thank you.
The first team was actually given us the fundamentals of the book. In fact, Atomic Habits is one book which you have to read regularly. It's not just once you read and you just leave it. You can't get things into your system. And I really like the way you presented it. All of you are very confident and you're all doing it so good. Appreciations to you. But I think your when it comes to you, you gave examples which were given in the book. But when it comes to you have to be clear about what your goals are, what your immediate goals are, what your long-term goals are, and what is the system you want to follow for it. I want each one of you, not only for this team, this is common for everyone. Each one of you should be presenting this after your team's presentation. What do you want to become, and what is the system you are trying to follow for it? Okay? Every team, are you with me? Other teams. So you should be presenting at the end what you want to become and what is the system you are going to follow for it. Okay. I think whatever you presented, when others are saying that whether you are following it according to your law or not, you should check it. Many times we always end up with what we want to do, and that what we want to do will never happen. That's the most very important glitch which can happen. And someone was mentioning, Anaswini was mentioning, I want to stop all other languages. No, not a good habit. You should be good in multiple languages. That's the future. Okay, it's not one language. You should be good at multiple languages. So you read more in whatever language you want to be more perfect. Then if you'll be listening more, you should read more, but you should learn other languages also. Good job.
Namaste everyone. We are the team First Law, and now I request my team members to introduce themselves.
So I am Vikrant Sai.
I am Narasimha Reddy. I am Nikhil Sai Charan.
I am Vivekanand.
I am Rajiv. I am Pradeep.
So now let's dive deeper into the concept. So before going to the concept, after we introduced ourselves, let's know about the 5 core elements and our workshop framework. So they'll begin with experience, analyze, reconstruct, question and internalize. And we also have our 5 core values: honesty, respect, punctuality, cleanliness and self-reliance. So from the morning presentation, from the fundamentals to the end, the caption presentations, we are going to have all these 10 core elements in our mind, and we'll be incorporating all these elements in our activities and presentations. So now let's dive deeper into the concept. So let's have a quick rundown from the fundamentals. So let's learn about the tiny gains now. So as they clearly mentioned, we're getting 1% better every day makes you 37% better by the end of the year. So the graph increases by the end of the year. In the similar way, when you lose 1% of yourself every day for an year, you will almost become 0% by the end of the year and you will not have any development. So this is about the tiny gains explained by fundamentals. Now let's go with the habit loop. So habit loop is kind of loop for a habit to work. So it has 4 simple terms, which is cue, craving, response and reward. Let's go with those definitions. Cue is like a small trigger inside our mind, like we'll be observing in our environment those cues, either that cue is good or bad, that triggers our habit to do. So next comes the craving. Craving is like the desire which is produced in ourselves to do the habit. So after the craving, we'll have the response. So to obtain the reward, the action which we do is called the response. So here and the final thing, the reward will be the pleasure which we obtain by doing the action. So now let's know what the first law teaches. So we'll be learning about 5 elements in the first law. So we'll be learning about 2 important strategies and also 3 varieties of concept mentioned in our first law. So it begins with habit implementation intention, habit stacking. So we use these 2 elements to maintain our routine and develop our good habits in such a way that will be beneficial for us. So we'll also make the bad habits in our environment invisible, and also we'll be designing our environment, and then we'll make the bad habits invisible by designing our environment. We'll also learn about habit scorecard, and we can get awareness through the habit scorecard. Now I request Pratik to come on to the dais for the next aspect.
So thank you, Vikram. So, from the first aspect of the first law, author tries to express his view on how our experiences contribute to the welfare of the society. He does this by giving us an example in his book. The first one is as follows. There was a psychologist, Miss Gary Blaine, who got very concerned in a family event after seeing her father-in-law. She tries to tell her father-in-law through her experiences that his looks were not perfectly alright. This seems to be a joke for him. Later on, he was undergoing a life-saving surgery. Following this, the second example is about a military analyst whose experience was used by his team to take down a plane which came against them. He is none other than the Lieutenant Commander Michael Riley, who saved an entire battleship and surprised his superior officer. So, as I mentioned earlier that from this, author tries to tell us that our experiences contribute to the welfare of the society. The next part of this aspect will be dealt by Vikrant.
So thank you Pratik for explaining how experience matter in specific situations to take right decisions. So after his explanation, we'll go with the habit scorecard. So habit scorecard is just like a table which you can create yourself. So parents, which the handout you have received contain the habit scorecard in the second page. So you can take a look at that, and this is the same image. So habit scorecard is a simple scorecard where you can judge your habits but not yourself. So when you write your habits in those scorecard and mention the category in which it falls, whether it's good, bad or neutral, maintains your routine. So through this you can get awareness of your habits which you're going to do in your routine, and also get awareness whether they're good, bad or neutral. So if the habit is good, you can reconstruct your idea to maintain those habits. In the similar way, if it's a bad habit, you can reconstruct to make it a good habit rather than being a bad habit. In the similar way, when it's a neutral habit like waking up in the morning, so those habits you can reconstruct in a such way that they'll become a routine in our life. So after the habit scorecard, we also have a concept of pointing and calling. So pointing and calling is a small system which was introduced by Japanese railway system. So what is this system and how does this work? Like when you'll be pointing and calling out aloud when you observe a bad habit is happening. So let's take an example of the railway system in Japan. So Japan invented this system to reduce the accidents by 85% to make people get awareness through the pointing and calling system. So the platform, imagine you're in a platform and you want to cross the railway tracks and you blindly cross. But in Japan, there will be officers standing on the platform who will point you and call out loud that that's the wrong way and the train is coming towards you. So you'll be getting awareness through the pointing and calling system. So what's the link between pointing and calling system and the habit scorecard? So now habit scorecard has various habits which you're going to do which are good, bad and neutral. And pointing and calling allows you to, like you when you are eating a cookie which is junk food for you, you'll point and call out that's the junk food and you don't want to eat. So I'm going to eat a cookie. That's how you use pointing and calling system. In the same way, when like you forget to lock your door. So you lock the door but you have a small idea and thought that you didn't lock the door. So pointing and calling out that I have locked the door creates a small fact inside your mind that you did that action for sure and there's no ambiguity in the action that you haven't done. So this is how pointing and calling system and habit scorecard are linked. Now I request my friend Vivekanand to come on to the dais. So we'll be having an exciting activity with the parents.
Thank you, Vikrant. That was well expressed about the pointing and calling system and habit scorecard. Now we'll be conducting an activity regarding habit scorecard, and we want 6 volunteer parents who want to participate in this activity. Once you raise your hand, our volunteer will be coming to you and he'll be giving you a scorecard wherein you'll be writing your habits and identifying whether they are good, bad or neutral. So we need any 6 volunteer parents to participate in this activity. So you'll be given 2 minutes time and the time starts now. We want you to fill the habits and identify whether they are good, bad or neutral.
The timer starts now. The doubts will be clarified by our volunteers. So as we mentioned earlier about the 5 core elements of a workshop framework from the morning to evening, we are going to cover all these elements through our activities and presentations. So parents are using their experience to write down the habits on habit scorecard and they will be analyzing whether the habit and mentioning their category. So they also reconstruct their habits to maintain them or to get rid of them in the case which it matters, like it good or bad. So through this we are covering 3 core elements of our workshop.
And the time's up.
So we request the parents to please come onto the dais and share their habits.
So I just wrote 6 habits which sometimes I feel I'm doing it daily. So first thing is social media. So always it is, I feel that a habit is neutral because if you don't see social media, we will not be knowing like what is going on outside, what is happening with our relatives and who is achieving what by seeing the statuses, Instagram posts, everything. At the same time, why I kept it neutral is because it is distracting also. So once we open it, we keep rolling the reels, and hours are gone in our daily routine. So it is a neutral habit as per my feedback. And second thing is meditation. So I do it daily. I do it for minimum 10 minutes every day, and it is a very good habit. And I feel every student of every student should do that. It helps us clear focus, and it creates our inner stillness. So that we should do daily. And third thing is exercise. So the basic exercise everyone should do it. It's a very good habit. It helps us to keep our physical fitness. And studying newspaper or following the news, so it keeps us updated. It's also a good habit. So, and family time. So we have to create at least some quality family time. So keeping our phones away, and we have to spend along with the time, quality time with our family members. It's a very good habit to keep our bonding together. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very well expressed. I request the audience to give a big round of applause for the parents. So through his experience, we got to know that habit.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kumar, and I'm father of Arun. He is joined in MEA, and I'm enjoying this program. And I wrote like this: more screen time. I'm trying to avoid this, but obviously succumbed, and I'm mostly using 5 to 6 hours, out of which maybe 1 hour useful for my business and other activities. The rest of the time I'm wasting with apps. I need to reduce it. I classify it as bad. Second, I wrote overthinking. If anything comes to my brain, any issue, keep on thinking on it. I know very well it is very bad habit, but I lose even sleep also when I'm thinking on an issue. I'm on an issue, any problem. And wasting time like unnecessary wasting time happens in my routine, because I used to work 9 to 9 in office. In that 9 to 9, I always try to reduce at least 3-4 hours which I can spend with my family, but somehow I could not able to manage this. Next, my very good habit I consider early bed, early wake up. Generally, I hit bed by 10:30, and morning 5:30 I woke up. This I consider as good habit. And time sense. If I commit to come by 10 o'clock, I'll come by 10 o'clock. They'll change it is like fixed. Everybody, my friends always says about it. I always honor time. And physical activity. So I do cycling, I do daily go to gym. All these things I maintain. I'm 58 now. So I consider this as a good habit. Thank you.
I request the audience to give a big hand.
That was well expressed, sir, and I request the next parent to come here and share their habits.
I am Kirti. I am the one of the faculties of our Sri Prakash Synergy, Pedapuram. I would like to share some of the good and bad habits. First, I would like to start with investing much time on performing puja. I don't know whether it is good habit or bad habit. I believe in some things like I invest much time, minimum 1 hour. I sit near the frame. I mean, God and Goddess frames, and I just perform continuously. I feel though I have much time or no, I keep sitting and praying for long time, thinking that it's very important. In this regard, I'm missing my time, like when where I have to invest my time on preparing food or preparing worksheets for my children. And the second one is reading books. Earlier, I used to read every day, but due to some other works, I'm procrastinating this. This is actually bad habit. At least minimum 15 to 20 minutes if we invest our time in reading books, that helps us, where I am procrastinating it. And setting house, cleaning our house. Every time I clean house, like whichever is not necessary, still I put in the same place. I would like to take all those and discard it, but still I feel that it is important. Sometime or the other I may use it, thinking that every time since 10 years I am placing the same things in the same place. That is a bad habit actually, which we do not use regularly. We should discard or donate to some people.
Ma'am, take this.
And one more habit is pre-planning. If we are aware of something, if we know some work, I am like, if some work is known to me very well, I feel that okay, I can do it very fast and I do not pre-plan that. It's a very bad habit. Though we are well skilled or well known of anything, we should be pre-planned and do the work so that we can do the thing, we can complete the things in time, I feel. This is actually bad habit, but we should try to do it perfectly. And one more thing is eating sweets, taking sweets. I'm fond of having sweets more. It's actually bad habit, but I controlled it. Somehow I took some oath and I controlled it, where I turned it as a good habit. Limiting sweets. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request the audience to give a big hand.
So all the parents who have come here have expressed their habits, and they are going to get. You will be understanding what habits are you performing daily. You will also be able to identify whether they are good, bad or neutral. Once you know a habit is bad, automatically your inner sense, and there's a human tendency to stop that bad habit, and through this habit it helps you understand to improve the good habits and replace the bad ones with a good one.
So I request the parents who received the habit scorecard to come onto the dais. All the parents who have received the habit. Sir, please wear them. Thank you, parents. And now we request you to please go to your seat. Strategies, implementation intention, and habit stacking. Now let's go and learn about those. So let's go with the implementation intention. So this has a simple definition and a formula too. Let's go with the definition first. What is an implementation intention? So implementation intention is such a statement which you tell to yourself that you're going to do an action at that time and at that space. So it's like the habit, you'll mention the habit in that formula, and at that time you'll mention the time and at that place. So you're mentioning both time and place. So we know that the two important cues for a habit to run are time and location. So both of them are being covered in the implementation intention. So this is the best way, one of the best way out of the two mentioned in the book to maintain your good habits and also to run throughout your life, and there will be no break in your life. So now let's go with the next formula and the definition of habit stacking. This method is used to maintain your routine and completely not to get rid of any habit in between. So let's go with the habit stacking. So the definition is like the old habit which you are doing now. Like the habit which now I am speaking is a habit. So after this habit I am going to do another habit. So the new habit which I am going to do will be having the cue as the habit which I am doing now. So this is like the stacking your new habit on top of an old habit. So let's go with the formula. The old habit, the habit I am talking. The talking is the cue for the next habit which I am going to do. This is how habit stacking works. So habit stacking is also a special form of implementation intention. So by these two strategies, we can maintain our routine in such a way that there will be no break, and also through this we can get rid of the bad habits and also get new habits which help us in our life. So parents, I call Vivekanand again onto the dais. So let's have an exciting activity now. So we request two parent volunteers. So after going you will be walking. So after walking you will be doing some workouts such a way that the walking, after walking, that will be the cue for the fitness which you are going to do. So you are linking your habits in a such way that there will be no break. So after doing this, immediately the habit will be done because this habit is the cue for that.
So the activity is simple. You will be considering this and that is a representation of the habit stacking which author tries to express in his book.
We request one more parent to please be ready. So you will be called the next.
Thank you, parents. Let's give a big round of applause for their participation.
So we can take that prop as an example for habit stacking, and we request.
You'll be considering this as the new habit, this as the old habit. In your own way, using your creativity, you have to build a tower such a way that the old habit and new habit are simultaneously performed on that day. And once this is a foundation or the base for the habit stacking tower, and for a daybreak, this separation of the color acts as a daybreak for the habit stacking tower.
So we request you to place them horizontally on this table. Parents will have 1 minute time for that. Last 15 seconds.
Now they request you to
have the control on the old habit which we have now. So having your control on the current habit will let you build a new habit in your future. So we can see two different tasks, and I request parents to get a big round of applause again.
It is like separated them into colors, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Significance means the colors define the habit, sir. Whether the habit is current habit or the new habit. So one layer acts as one day.
But nothing is written on that.
No, sir.
Nothing is.
So the color itself.
Fact that is motivation is overrated and environment often matters more. Why do you think the author says motivation is overrated? Because it's just a spark in our life which acts for a short period of time, and environment, that is the way we design our environment and the way we arrange our environment, helps us to identify the cue and perform the activity. Author keeps it simple with a phrase: make the cues of good habit obvious in your environment. That is, when you want to perform an activity, select a cue for that activity. For suppose, as my friend already expressed, if you want to do workout in a park, that's the habit which you want to do, and the cue for that is walking. When you walk around the park, that's the cue or just a reminder for doing workouts in that park. And yes, environment matters. So I request any one parent to stand up and answer my question. Do you like to study, or do you like to do the activity, or you want to do workouts, for suppose, and you want to do workouts in a place where there are equipment, there is gym equipment, and there are books. So there are two cases. In one room there is gym equipment, and in other room there are books. So in which case, in which room do you like to do the activity? Do you like to do the activity that is workouts? So any parent, that is room 1 and room 2. The room 1 is filled with gym equipment and room 2 is filled with books. Obviously the room 1, because once you identify your cue, that is, you see a dumbbell, you remind yourself that you want to do workouts. So this way, when you design your environment, it helps you understand the cue and it will be easy to achieve your goal and success. That is what author tries to express his views from this aspect. And the next part will be taken by my friend Nikhil.
Thank you, Vivekanand. Now I will be continuing with the next aspect, the secret to self-control. The inversion of the first law of behavior change is make it invisible. Make your good habits visible and bad habits invisible. For example, imagine a student comes home and keeps his textbook inside a cupboard, but he leaves his mobile in his study table. Whenever he sits down to study, he first thing sees his mobile and starts scrolling it. Then he places his mobile in another room, and whenever he sits down to study, the first thing he sees is his book. Now the good habit became visible and bad habit became invisible. Now the next one is, once an habit is formed, it's unlikely to be forgotten. For example, there was a woman named Patty Alwell. She had a habit of smoking while riding a horse. She had quit horse riding for an year and gave pause to smoking. Decades later, she started riding a horse and her brain triggers her to do smoking again. From this we can understand that once an habit is formed, it is unlikely to be forgotten. The secret to self-control is make your good habit cues visible and bad habit cues invisible. The self-control is not, it is a short-term strategy, not a long one. Next will be continued by Mr. Vikrant.
So thank you Nikhil for explaining about the self-control. And now, as we know, let's have an activity. We require 4 volunteer parents for this activity. And for sure, it's going to be exciting.
Express your views through your experience and your life journey with respect to the prompt given. So there are 4 colored envelopes like this.
So we request 4 new parents to please come onto theirs. Yeah, parents of children are also encouraged. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. So
request the audience to give a big hand.
The activity prompt, and you have to express your views with respect to that prompt given. If you are having any doubts, we are there to help you. Please take your envelope. You are given 2 minutes time.
Doubts will be clarified by all volunteers. So we can identify that various core elements and our core values are being implemented in these activities and also being incorporated into the activities. So we can understand, and through these activities we can understand how parents or children will internalize the concepts which they learn today, and they'll be using these as their experience in their future, and they are going to analyze the prompt which is given now, and they'll be reconstructing their idea completely different from the previous one, and so they'll be questioning this whether the thing which they are doing is correct or wrong. So you're left with 1 more minute.
Did you understand the prompt? Are there any doubts? No, you are having a doubt, we are ready to explain.
You are comfortable to express your thoughts in any language you prefer. Last 30 seconds. We hope you are ready. Yeah, the time's up.
We request the participants to come here and share their views. Yeah, you are ready. Please read the prompt.
Namaste everyone, I am Vishwatsai. The prompt given is how environment affects our habit routine. The environment can affect our habit routine by while we have a routine of doing exercise daily.
then if there is a heavy rain, we cannot do our exercise in a outdoor place. So it can affect our habit routine.
Thank you so much for the example. I request the audience to give a big hand.
How does experience matter at certain situations? Experience matters at a lot of situations. Like even like a speech or something, you need confidence and you need experience to do so. And even in a competition, if you when someone asks you to join in a competition at a certain situation, you can't really. You need stamina and you have to do a lot of physical activities to do so. So I feel like experience mattered a lot of situations.
Thank you, ma'am. I request the audience to give a big hand. We request the next volunteer.
Hi, my name is Tanuja. Is motivation better than environment? ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఈజ్ బెటర్ ఎందుకంటే మనకి హెల్త్ ప్రతి ఒక్కటి దేంట్లో ఉంటుంది అంటే ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ద్వారానే కదా మనకు తెలుస్తుంది. మొక్కలు ఇలాంటివన్నీ ఏం పెంచినా మనం దాంట్లోంచి కదా చూసుకుంటాం. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
So thank you, ma'am. I request you all to give a big hand.
Good morning, everyone. The prompt is, how can habit stacking be a useful measure to maintain habits? Habit stacking can be a useful measure because bad habits and good habits can simultaneously lead to habit stacking. One bad habit can lead to a good habit. When you
Ma'am, you can explain that with an example.
Your own comfortable language.
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request the audience to give a big hand.
So you'll be given this token of appreciations.
So please wear them.
Covering the core elements such as experience, analyze, reconstruct, wherein once the prompt is given, you will be sharing your experiences and the prompt given to you will be analyzed by yourself, and when you start reconstructing, the thoughts in your brain automatically pop up and you'll be sharing your experience with respect to the prompt, and that was well expressed by the participants here, and let's give a thunderous applause to the participants again. Thank you, participants. Please do. Started doing yoga, and through the guidelines I have received from my uncle over here, I started doing yoga, and it was 12 days streak. Actually, I was trying to maintain the streak through an app designed by Sadhguru's team. So after reading this book, I developed the habit of doing yoga, which helped me increase my focus. The performance of doing yoga helped me increase my focus, and it also helped me in various actions and in my daily routine. So this is the output after reading this book which I have got.
So now let's have a critical analysis on all aspects from the first law.
Yes, the fourth and fifth aspect. What are they, Vikrant? Could you please name them?
Yeah, they are about how to begin a new habit and also how to get awareness through habit scorecard.
So what is this habit scorecard? As you have already participated, and as there are sheets given to you, once you go to the second page and you will be finding the habit scorecard over there. So when you are writing your habits and when you are identifying them whether they are good, bad and neutral, and when you are categorizing those habits, it will help you improve the good habits and replace them. As I've already mentioned earlier, the idea of habit scorecard will help you develop your routine and achieve your goal in whichever perspective and aspect you want to succeed in. And the fifth aspect, what is the fifth aspect?
Yeah, that's about two important strategies for our good habits to run and our routine not to collapse.
Yes, as the aspect says, the best way to start a new habit. Why do you think the author says the best way to start a new habit? And I request one parent over here to express their views on how to start a new habit. If you are trying to do yoga or if you are trying to work out every day, how are you going to start? How are you going to set the cues, cravings, and how are you going to reward yourself with that habit? I request one parent to express their view on how you will be starting a new habit.
So please raise your hand from your place. Our volunteers will be handing over the mic to you.
It is a good environmental for every parents and children to learn something. Very thankful to our sir. Today, every event is very useful for our life. Even parents and children also, according to the aspects. For example, man edaina can able to speak in Telugu also.
Yeah, comfortable language.
Okay. కొత్త హ్యాబిట్ అనేది మనం ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసుకోవాలంటే ఫస్ట్ మనం ఐడెంటిఫై చేసుకోవాలి. ఏంటంటే మనం ఒక కొత్త హ్యాబిట్ నేర్చుకున్నామంటే దానివల్ల మనకి ఎంతో ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. ఆ హ్యాబిట్ వల్ల మనం ఎంత గెయిన్ అవుతాం, గోల్ లైక్ మన గోల్కి అది మనకి ఆస్పెక్ట్లో పనిచేస్తుందా లేదని ఆలోచించి ఆ విధంగా ఆ ఆస్పెక్ట్ మనం స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ గోల్ని ఎంతవరకు 100% ఎఫిషియన్సీతో వెళ్ళగలం అనే దానికి ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ సెట్ చేసుకోవాలి. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం మనం ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యోగా స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాం. ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ 4:30 ఈజ్ వెరీ గుడ్ ప్రెజెంట్ ఆఫ్ టైం. ఆ టైంలో మనం లేవడానికి ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మనం అలారం పెట్టుకున్నాం, లేవగలమా లేదా. ఫస్ట్ స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు వన్ డే మనం లేవనాం, ఫస్ట్ సంథింగ్ ఫస్ట్ న్యూ హ్యాబిట్ అని స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి అట్ ద టైం మనం ఎగ్జాక్ట్ అటెండ్ అవునాం. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తామంటే స్లిప్ అయిపోకూడదు, ఎందుకంటే మనం గోల్ సెట్ చేసాము. సో యోగా అనేది మనకి అల్టిమేట్ ఏంటంటే మన హెల్త్లో ఎవ్రీ నర్వస్ సిస్టమ్ అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ రమణ మహర్షి ఈజ్ అ గ్రేట్ మహర్షి ఈజ్ గివెన్ వండర్ఫుల్ ఆఫ్ ది లైక్ హెల్త్ సిచ్యువేషన్స్ అన్ని ఇచ్చారు ఆయన. సో అలాంటి బుక్స్ కూడా చదివితేనే మనకి యూస్ఫుల్ అవుతుంది. ఆ యోగా చేయడం వల్ల ఏ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో మనకు యూటిలైజ్ అవుతుంది. దా బుక్స్ కూడా రీడ్ చేసుకుంటా ఒక గురువుని ఈవెన్ అవసరమైతే టీచర్ని కూడా మనం అప్రోచ్ అవ్వాలి. అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం, మన గోల్ 100% రీచ్ అవ్వగలం. టైం ఆస్పెక్ట్, ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ హెల్తీ. ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఎలా ఉండాలి, వెరీ ప్రెసెంట్ గా ఉండాలి, చుట్టుపక్కల ఎటువంటి డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఉండకూడదు. ప్రెసెంట్ గా మనం యోగాలో కూర్చున్నాం అంటే మెడిటేషన్ చేసాము, అందులో ఆసనాలు వేస్తాము, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ మనం 100% గా అటెండ్ అయితేనే ఆ గోల్ మనం రీచ్ అవుతామని నా అభిప్రాయం. ఓకేనా? థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ గివింగ్ దిస్.
Thank you, sir. I request the audience to give a big hand.
Book reading. Book reading, you need to, if you are able to wake up early in the morning by 4 o'clock without keeping alarm, you should teach your body, this is my time to wake up. And that time particularly, if you really intend to wake up, your body alarm will woke you up and you can continue your reading. You can understand the things and it will be very peaceful time, pleasant time. But generally my observation, even my kid, he always wanted to read continuously 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, but never ever he would like to wake up in the early morning. But I prefer kids to wake up early in the morning so that they can do better way, right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request the audience to maintain our routine in our daily life. So motivation just stays temporarily, but the system in which bad habits invisible through designing your environment and how motivation also helps in our daily lives. So I request my brigade to come onto the dais.
Yeah, thank you members for supporting our team. And this is the end of our presentation.
3. Thank you. Thank you so much, parents.
everyone. I'm Kritika.
I'm Amulya.
I'm Teresa.
I'm Saishri. I'm Jaini.
I'm Madhulata.
I'm Sanjana. I'm Rishita.
Well, have you ever noticed why few habits are very easy to be acquired and while others are difficult? Well, the answer lies in how attractive and enjoyable those habits make us feel. Today, I and my team are here to do the second law of atomic habits, make it attractive. According to James Clear, when a habit feels to be more appealing and enjoyable, then we are more likely to acquire that habit. Before introducing this wonderful concept, my team is going to perform a choreographed dance on a song that captures the spirit of atomic habits and sung by me along with the video. Greatness isn't born overnight. It's built in the quiet moments, inspired by the wisdom of James Clear's atomic habits. Because your life changes, one tiny habit at a time. The mountain is high, but the footprint is small. A single brave step is what conquers it all. Don't wait for tomorrow, don't wait for the sky. Just kindle the spark that is waiting inside. You whisper at midnight, tomorrow I'll change. I'll break every limit and break every chain. The castles are built from the dust and the clay. Foundations are poured, just one brick a day. It isn't the trophy, it's who you become. The rhythm of habits, the beat of the drum. Just 1% better, one step on the way. A tiny progression, day after day. Just 1% better, watch how it grows. The magic is hidden in the seeds that you sow. Small habits, big success, rewriting the story. Oh, the quiet devotion that leads to the glory. Fall in love with the system, the goal will align. Piece by piece, you are building a universe in your mind.
Oh, you're building a universe.
Motivation is fleeting, a spark in the dark, but consistency leaves an unbreakable mark. The effort you plant will compound and will rise, slowly turning the struggle right into the prize. And if you should stumble, don't hide from the light. Never miss twice, just step back in the fight. A seed in the soil is silent and still, but it shatters the stone with the strength of its will. The world is transformed by the things we repeat. The future is forged by the dirt on our feet. Small habits, big success, rewriting the story. The quiet devotion that leads to the glory. Fall in love with the system, the goal will align. Piece by piece, you are building a universe in your mind.
Yeah, you're building a universe. Small habits, massive change.
Just 1% better.
Who are you becoming
Today.
This is the song that says everything about the book Atomic Habits, written by James Clear. I'm just going to give a little recap about the first law. Our second team has given us insights about the habit scorecard, which we can use to become more aware of our behavior. The importance of habit scorecard. How the environment around us can be changed to create a good habit. Therefore, a good habit is created. Then once a habit is formed, it is unlikely to be forgotten. Now, our team is going to expound upon the second law, making it attractive. Its subtopics are how to make a habit irresistible, the role of family and friends in shaping our habits, and how to find and fix the causes of our bad habits. Thank you.
Now let us jump into the first concept of second law, how to make habits irresistible. What do you mean by habit irresistible? It is an action which is impossible to stop. Firstly, let us know about Nico Tinbergen. He is a Dutch scientist who performed a series of experiments on herring gulls. All mother gulls are having a red spot on their beak. The chicks will peck them whenever they want food. In the first trial, Tinbergen made a gull's body with a cardboard and placed a red spot on the beak. The chicks went to peck them as they normally do. In the next trial, he placed a bigger spot. The chicks were so crazy they went to peck them as if they never saw them before. Here, the chicks were habituated. Like whenever they see the red spot, they think that they will go and peck them and they think that they'll get food. Why does this happen? Because our brain instructs us to perform an action. In this case, dopamine comes into role. Dopamine is a chemical linked to desire and motivation. When motivation and desire occurs, dopamine strikes in our brain. Dopamine occurs in 4 stages: cue, craving, response, and reward. Let us take an example of food advertisements. Let us take an example of food advertisements like pizza. When a person in the advertisement eats the pizza, the cheese will expand. The way they show the advertisement will attract you. In that case, your brain will trigger you to eat that pizza. That is called cue. And then craving. Whenever you see that advertisements, you get tempted to eat it. And then response, after you after you get tempted, your children will come and ask you to buy that. And the next reward is a final win, where you also started to eat it. This is how your brain instruct you to take an action, and also this is how you start habituated to bad habits like eating pizza or opening the mobile phone and watching reels for hours. And thank you.
Thank you, Saishri. Now let us understand how this chemical neurotransmitter dopamine is released in our brain. As we can see, here there are 4 situations. I'll be explaining how this dopamine is released in our brain by taking these 4 situations. In the first situation, they told that when the reward is experienced for the first time. Well, let me take the same example of pizza. Imagine that you have never tasted pizza before. You have just seen them in advertisements or on social media while scrolling. So one day you decided to eat that pizza. You went to Domino's or Pizza Hut or any restaurant and ordered a pizza. And your pizza is arrived. You took the slice from the base and you observed that the cheese is getting expanded. And that tempted you even more. And now you took a bite and it is amazing. Now immediately what happens is that dopamine spike comes out. Why this dopamine spike came out is that you are satisfied with the reward, that is the taste of the pizza. The taste of the pizza satisfied you. So the dopamine spike comes out and it motivates you to eat more and more pizza. In the second situation, they told immediately after a cue is recognized. Now you tasted the pizza and you know how it does it taste also. So one day you felt like eating a pizza, and again you went to Domino's or any restaurant and you ordered the pizza. Before ordering the pizza only, the dopamine spike comes out. Why does this come out is that as you are satisfied with the reward last time, that is the taste of the pizza, and that taste of the pizza is stored in your brain. So now your brain naturally, what does it do is that it takes up that situation and says that remember the taste of the pizza is more satisfying. You need to order more and eat more. So immediately after, before ordering the pizza, only the dopamine spike comes out and it motivates us to eat more pizza. Now, the waiter has come and he took your order. He told that yes, your pizza is going to be arrived within a few minutes. But after a few minutes, the waiter comes and says that, I'm sorry sir or ma'am, your pizza will be 30 or 20 minutes delayed. Immediately what happens is that you are eagerly waiting that okay, I'm now going to eat that pizza, and immediately the waiter comes and says that your pizza is going to be 30 minutes delayed. You get demotivated and your dopamine spike goes down. After 30 minutes delay, the waiter comes with the pizza and you finally take the bite of the pizza. So again you get satisfied with the taste. So the dopamine spike comes up. This is how the dopamine concept works.
Very well explained, Kritika. By the way, did you remember the exciting boxes that we have right now?
Exciting boxes? Wait, yes, you told that there was something interesting in those boxes, right?
Yes, we brought these for conducting an activity with our parents.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Let us start.
Yes. So now we are going to conduct an activity called the dopamine auction. So we request for parents to volunteer.
In this activity, we are going to auction for 2 mystery boxes where there will be 4, we need 4 volunteers, like we need 4 parents to participate in this activity, and there will be some currency given to you, and where you'll start bidding the mystery box.
This activity will be very exciting, so we request 4 parents to come onto the stage. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Sir, you are divided into 2 teams, sir. Thank you. Now each team got rupees 1000. Now we are auctioning this mystery box A. So now you will be bidding this box, and each new bid must be greater than the old bid. So shall we start? Okay. So the mystery box A will be starting with rupees 70. 100, 110, 120, 150, 200, 250, 220, oh sorry, 270, 300, 350. It's mystery box. 350,
400,
400, 400 once, 400 twice, 400 thrice. So congratulations, sir and ma'am. You won this mystery box A. Let's give a big round of applause. Now, this is sold to you. Yes, we'll be collecting because we trust on them. So now Auction for mystery box B starts with rupees 100. 200. 250. 300. 350. 500. So 500 once, 500 twice, 500 twice. So this mystery box B sold to you. Congratulations, sir. No, this is nice. So we request you to come closer and open your respective boxes.
Myself.
So mystery box A contain 2 rocks and mystery box B contain 2 sweet box. Now can you please share your experience, sir? Your experience after opening box and before opening box.
Yeah, obviously we are excited before opening the box, and I don't know what's the feeling, but I'm damn excited after seeing their box and item, because that will be we eat and we get sugar and whatever, but this is we can use in any number of ways creatively. So I love this. I got it.
Yeah, after opening this box, I never seen this type of rocks. Never seen. This is the first time I have seen this type of rocks. Yeah, I have never seen anywhere. Okay, it's a very good experience. Yeah. Thank you.
So please share your experience in whichever language you're comfortable.
Wind is not come early. Wind is not come early. Maybe విజయం తర్వాతే దక్కుతుందనే ఉద్దేశంతో కష్టపడితేనే ఫస్ట్ ఛాన్స్ దే గాట్ ద ఫస్ట్ ఛాన్స్ అగైన్ సెకండ్ ఛాన్స్ ఐ వెయిట్ ఫర్ సెకండ్ ఛాన్స్ సార్ ఐ విల్ వి విల్ we want sir
Ram said you're going to get sugar.
So after seeing this, we are more excited. Yeah? Sir, please, sir. So please take your
when you got the request when you share the sweet box, okay, you have what that in this game that's why you share the sweet everybody. It is not sugar. Sugar is always giving out request, so I feel very happy. Okay, at the same time I can understand what it is not sealed box, so it is not valuable thing, that's why I think about it. It is sealed box, so valuability is there, that's why we are going to the 500.
But we get half kg, 2 half kgs for 600.
Very cost. Okay, thank you sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, parents. Box to the other team as well.
So you want to make everyone get that?
Yes. Now, Kritika, how can you link this activity to our topic?
Well, let me explain how is this activity linked with the concept of dopamine. As we all know, anticipation and curiosity increase the release of a dopamine in our brain. Both the teams were very excited to open and see what is in the box. And after opening the box also, the reaction was quite exciting, like they were excited after opening the box also. So the dopamine, which is released before opening the box, remain the same after opening the box. If they felt disappointed, then the dopamine level would come down.
So well explained, Kritika.
We all have good habits and we all have bad habits. We always try to acquire good ones, but we fail. Because our brain always looks for comfort. To
For acquiring good habits, James here comes with a method called temptation bundle. This method comes with a formula that we are going to pair a habit that I wanted to do with a habit that I need to do. Now, my friend Madhulata is going to explain with few examples. Now, let us jump into let us know about the temptation bundle formula. This is the formula of temptation bundle. I want to do. It is a current habit. I need to do the habit which I need to do. For example, watching Netflix is interesting thing and doing exercise is boring thing for me. So I need to say to myself that when I do exercise for an hour, then only I can watch Netflix for next hour. So in the same way, let us take another example. I am interested in doing gymnastics, but in the same way, I am not interested in taking a proper food. But I need to say to myself that when I take proper food and maintain a proper diet, then only I can do gymnastics. In the same way, I want to convey all of you that when we bundle interesting things with uninteresting things, then only we can acquire good habits. Now, my friend, Vikram, come. Well, the core idea of this overall chapter is when habits seem to be more natural, enjoyable, and attractive, then we are more likely to acquire that particular habit. Now, we're going to perform an exciting activity based on how to make a habit more enjoyable, which is related to temptation bundle. So, I have a few checks in this bowl where each one contains a question which is going for people to do. The task is to suggest how we can make this boring things enjoyable. Now, I request 4 volunteers to come help do this. 2 from ladies and 2 from gentlemen, please. Thank you, sir. Now, another participant, please.
Give details, okay? After reading
Thank
the
you,
prompt,
sir.
you can read it out and you will be having time to analyze it. And you can share your views and you can share suggestions to the
It is an
audience.
easy activity.
And after you read, you can ask the mic. I will be handling it.
Yeah, I encourage another participant, please. One more. Thank you.
So please read out your prompts out.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is Gangaraju, father of Martin Raj. Here my prompt is how to make children drink more water. A very tough one, but we have to do it. It's very important to keep them hydrated. It's very important. So we are trying even now. I mean, now they grown up. They are drinking more water. We trained them, but I have another small kid. It's very tough to make her to make this habit. So we are still exploring how to make this as a habit in a entertainment way so that they can take the water. So that is we are exploring. So we have to find some ways so that they get interest to drink more water, and also important that after taking the water they have to go, they keep going to the toilet very often. So we have to make toilet also very clean, and maybe put some nice posters in toilet or something creative we have to think, so that they can take, we can encourage them to take more water. Yeah, that's my, yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Even audience are also open to give suggestions or advices regarding prompts.
My task maybe how can we make measuring tables interesting to children's. And the basic concept is maths. Tables is very important, but generally children are not able to understanding the tables, and also it is a tough task, and even though it is easy task also. When for example, for motivation wise, the tables you can be able to uh, learning to children's. Why? Because you're giving the different colors of balls and multiply with that colors is interesting colors they are giving the to children to provide that that such a way you can able to easy to learn the tables. And motivation wise you can also giving the toys also, some nowadays available in math wise, and tables and boxes. When we provide the children, they can easily understand the tables also. Thank you for giving the opportunities.
Thank you, sir. Let's give him a hand. How can we make children eat more veggies? We can make how can we make children eat more veggies? We can make them eat veggies by making a tastier dish, or you can encourage them to eat veggies. If you eat a veggie, if you eat these veggies, you could get a sweet or chocolate. You're right.
By cutting them into fruit shapes.
1 kg of veggies and 1 chocolate.
But they will do anything for the chocolate.
Good.
Um,
Good.
Make them cut into cute shapes.
Make them into good shapes or something, and they found it fun, like fun to eat and stuff.
What's your favorite veggie?
Probably carrot.
Carrots.
Thank you. Let's give her a hand. You can save money rather than spending on unnecessary things. When you're shopping, like ask yourself a question: do I need this or do I want this? That way, you can realize how much you're spending on things you need and you want, and this can make you, save money better. And a piggy bank, which you can break in a certain time. These fun things like setting up rules for yourself makes it more fun rather than burdening. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Temptation bundling is one way to make a habit attractive. Its strategy is to to pair up an action that you wanted to do and an action you need to do.
Now I'm going to deal with the concept of role of friends and families in shaping our habits. James Clear explained that our habits are strongly influenced by surrounding people. Now let's take an example. I have a habit of working out daily. I see me, my friends also got influenced. In these ways, our habits are influenced one another. Let us see an experiment which was done by Laszlo Polgar to how our habits are shaped by our family. Laszlo Polgar was a psychologist who believed that genius were not born but they were trapped. To work out this idea, he and his wife decided to raise the daughters with surrounding surface on skills, mainly chess. From the young age, all the three daughters were surrounded by chess boards giving constant practices and supporting guidance from parents. As a result, all the three daughters became world-class chess players. Now, I'm going to share one of the inspiring success story about Bogart sisters.
This activity will be interesting.
So in the meanwhile, let us discuss the previous activity. One of the sir gave, he said, I don't know, like I do not have any idea how to make drinking water more attractive. So, audience, do anyone have any suggestions to overcome this problem? This is a wonderful platform where parents can say because we students cannot escape. So use this, sure, use this resource.
I used to have a typical time with my daughter Kritika. I used to have the same problem with her since many years. Though she was into 9th or 10th, I used to have the same problem. Then once I decided, I told the class teacher that, sir, I'm going to stop offering the snacks to Kritika. From now, I'm going to offer her chilies. So that she at least, due to that spicy, she will start drinking water. So I told, what ma'am, why did you say like that? Then what to do, sir? No, ma'am, I will take care of it. But still, how far a class teacher could be after the students? So I decided to add more spices to the snacks, like sandwich or egg, whatever I offer. I used to add more chilies or pepper powder on. Then she started drinking more water. Even with the same habit, I even started adding in curries also. Then she started. Usually, any time when we start taking water at least for a week, we get habituated to it and we continue it. So actually, it must be fun for you, but I really did so.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And another small thing is our lives make it attractive. So you can buy some attractive bottles to children so they keep on drinking water more often. So let's continue.
जैसे भी अपना नाम कमाया तो पुलिस ने भी हमारा नाम कमाए पहला प्यार जो था मेरा वो कुश्ती ही था लेकिन समाज सेवा भी एक खुशी देता है दिल को
चाहे जंगल में जब भी कोई लड़की ने मुझे उस चीज की कोई चिंता नहीं तो मैं भी डिसेंट हो गया था मैं भी छोरी से चल गया पकड़ लिया भाई मत तो
Bogart sisters story. Bogart sisters journey proves. Bogart sisters journey proves that talent is not enough, but success comes from discipline, dedication, and support and guidance from parents. Bogart sisters are from small village in Haryana where girls were not encouraged to pursue their dreams. But their father believed that their daughters could achieve a remarkable success in sports field. That belief changes their lives forever. In the story, Mahavir Singh Bogart was blessed with 4 daughters: Geeta Bogart, Bhavita Bogart, Ritu Bogart, and Sangeeta Bogart. After the demise of his brother, he adopted Vishnu Bogart and Vinesh Bogart. He trained all the 6 daughters, and all the 6 daughters became a world champions and won many medals in Commonwealth Championships. Do you think all this success was turned overnight? Not at all. The biggest motivation behind this success were the parents. Mahavir Singh Bogart and Dayakar, and also the support from their cousin brothers. The success did not come easy for the Pogart sisters. They sacrificed many comforts and faced many criticisms. From this, we can learn that never let society to decide your limits, and support and guidance from parents can transfer your dreams into realities. Pogart sisters not just brought glory for India, but they inspired millions of women across India. Now, Miss Sanjana will hand over.
Thank you, Larissa, for giving a beautiful example on how our family members can support us. And not only family members, but even friends can also play a vital role in our life. For example, he is IPS officer Mr. Manoj Kumar Sharma, and he was born in a poor family and he do not have any resources. But because of his friend's support by Mr. Anurag Patak, he made it to IPS officer and he got All India rank 121. And moving forward, we have another topic, the selective pull of social norms. First of all, what are social norms? Those are unwritten rules or expectations of behavior that people follow to fit in with a group. And James Clear explains that the selective pull of social norms is a deeply ingrained biological drive to fit in with the people around us. And we unconsciously imitate habits of three major groups. Those are the close, the many, and the powerful. The close group consists our friends, family, classmates, or who are closest to us. And the second group is the many. The many consists like the larger group or community in which we are living with. And the last group, the powerful. The powerful group consists like influential people or high status people. Now looking closely to the first group, imitating the close. Have you ever observed we'll be imitating the behavior of people who are closest to us? Yes, we mirror their accents, behaviors, opinions without even realizing it. For example, if our mother have a word she says regularly, we'll also imitate her like that word or the opinions of her. And if you want to raise good or if you want to inculcate good habits, surround yourself in an environment where your desired behavior is the normal behavior there. And the second group, imitating the many. When we are unsure how to act, we'll be looking into the larger group or majority of people around us. We assume that if the majority of people are going to do that, going to do, it must be beneficial or right thing to do. So we'll also imitate the many. And the third group, imitating the powerful. So we humans are highly motivated to imitate the powerful people because we also desire the same status or same respect. For example, to our school, many chief guests visit and they also give us motivating speeches and they gives us inspiration. So my own example, even I was inspired by many powerful people who visited our school. So I also like try to imitate their study, like how this journey, how it made to them reach their success. So we have an interesting activity here, that is the desert island experiment. Just imagine you're left in an island alone for 5 years and there are some habits mentioned in the paper that was given to you earlier. So you must mark whether those habits disappears, or if you're not sure whether those habits stays with you or not stays with you, you can mark that option. So we'll be giving 1 minute of time. So we request everyone to fill that sheet. Raise your hand. Our team members will be coming to you. You're left in an island alone for 5 years, inspired by the close group. So if you come onto the stage, later on your children also don't get stage fright and also they'll step onto the stage. So I wish one of the parents come.
The question here is when I was alone in a desert. So posting in social media doesn't have any significance in that situation, and it going. Following fashion trends, it is also will have no significance, and no one wants to follow fashion trends in that situation. So it will also disappear. Exercising is a must to be fit and fight existing scenario there. So it stays there, stays, reading stays. Checking likes and comments is time waste that time. So maybe I will be worried about my food and all to earn something to survive. And wearing makeup is also disappear. Journaling and studying will stay. Right? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And now, by sir words, we can take that these habits, or like we tend to do habits following social norms in like more than our personal necessity. So when you're left alone, sir said that these will be disciplined like following fashion trends, posting in social media. So this is the very essence of our topic. So now moving forward, and I would like to summarize the whole law, like the second law. So I call my friends onto the stage. So firstly, we are likely to do things that seem enjoyable to us.
Pair a habit that you need to do with something you want to do.
The more attractive an habit you feel, the more easier it is to start.
People often copy the habits of those around them.
Join groups where your desired behavior is normal.
Make good habits look fun and rewarding.
Focus on the benefits of a habit instead of the effort it takes.
When a habit becomes appealing, motivation comes naturally.
So thank you, parents.
This is our team. We are the third law, make it easy. And now we're going to continue the brief which has been explained by the second law. It is all about making it attractive and to have motivation as a starting point and to go what is a trend around this. So after knowing how to actually engage in habits, let us also know how to actually start them. That is the core point of third law. Now this is our team, starting with
I'm Ramesh. I'm Anirudh.
I'm Aditya.
I'm Krishna.
I'm Abhilash. I'm Sarvan. I'm Malikishore.
Team, and now I request my teammates to go off stage so I can carry on the presentation and explain what is the core overview of this. So, based on what we have learned about atomic habits up to now, we already have a clear, quite idea about good habits and bad habits and how to differentiate between them. So the point comes here is that we should ask ourselves an introspective question. If we know what habits are good for us, why don't we do them? That starting point is the main issue we all have. We all know what is good habit, what is a bad habit, and we also know how to differentiate between them, right? But the point is that if we know the different habits, then why don't we actually go for the good ones? What is keeping us away from starting the good ones, and what is keeping us to go with the bad ones? That is a clear point which we need to ask ourselves. So now let us carry on with what we have for us today. These are the members which we have shown, and all these members have given some importance in this presentation. Few names are here added because they have given their part and their credit for this presentation. So valuing each member, we have kept their names also. The core elements which have been discussed till now, these core elements, experience, analyze, reconstruct, question and internalize, have been embedded in these presentations up to now. And we are also going to do the same. And the presentations upcoming will also have their own part and their own style of doing this. So when we come out experience, all of the parents have come and spoken their experience of what they have felt about it, their opinions and their reviews, and that's what they have analyzed. They try to see what is good, what is bad in that, and then we reconstruct it. Means we have to change our plans on how to actually get a good habit. So all this process we will try to show you how it will happen, and then we'll try to work on it. coming for the internalization part. Moving on, these milestones for the third law are these 4 chapters. Coming with the first one, walk slowly but never backwards. Second is the law of least effort. Third, how to stop procrastinating by using the 2-minute rule. And fourth, how to make good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. These 4 are like a stream of water. They are required to be in a flow. Only after knowing the first one you can understand the second. So once you understand all of these chapters one by one, you'll have a clear idea of what is going on. That is why we call these milestones. It's like a road journey. Okay? Now, I'd like to request my friend Krishna to carry on with the first chapter.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone, I'm Krishna and today I'm going to start off Atomic Habits' third law, make it easy, with the first topic, walk slowly but never backwards. Let me explain you this topic with a simple example presented by Jerry Ulsman, the professor in University of Florida. So, what Ulsman did is, he divided his students into 2 groups, subjecting them into quality and quantity. He set up few rules for each group. On the quality side, he said that the students must take n number of pictures and submit only one of them which is perfect in every way. There was no room for flexibility for them. This was completely opposite for the alternative group. On the quantity side, he said that the students can take 100 pictures and submit all of them, and there was quite a room for flexibility. All these pictures were judged after the summer break. He was quite amazed by the given output of the students, because from the quality side he thought that it could be a better output, but he stated that the given output was satisfying but not outstanding. On the quantity side, he visioned that the collection was a true work of art. Let me explain you why he said that. The first picture taken by the students on the quantity side was not that good, but the last picture was not at all bad. The quality and the perfectionism from the first picture to the 100th picture kept on improving, making them trained to take better pictures. Let's understand this with a simple activity, the dart game. Okay, let me explain you the rules of this game. I would like 2 members from the ladies side and 2 members from the gents side. If the ladies or the gents take the side of the planning vision as quality, they will get only one chance to throw and they must hit the bullseye. They will get 1 minute to throw to take the trajectory path. And on the practice side, the members would be given 5 chances and only 10 seconds to throw. The scores would be later compared. So, I would request 2 members from the ladies and 2 members from the gents.
Let us applaud for their participation, everyone. Also, one more addition to this, you can see the colors on the target, right? Here the points for the yellow, which is the center target, is 100. The red one is 50 points, blue is 10 points, black is 5 points, and unfortunately, if you hit the white, you get no points. That's the case. You can observe the target in front of you, and the point you have to stand is near the first table and second table. In between that, there is 1 point. You could take your aims there. That is the position you have to be. Now, I will give you guys a choice. The ladies, you can choose which team you want. You want the quantity or you want the planning or practice? Practice. Very well then. Are you agreeing with taking on planning? Amazing.
They got no choice.
So now we'll let you start first. Since you got the chance to pick, you will be given the chance to actually start the game. Now the volunteers will assist you with the sponge balls, and you can throw them right at the target. But ensure that since you have the planning side, take your aim. Think carefully. You have 1 minute, and once the game starts, take your 1 minute carefully. Try to aim and then shoot. You have 1 chance per person, so altogether you have 2 chances. Shall we? That's amazing. Okay. You took it 2 chances.
5 chances.
5. So 4 more. 3. Pretty close. That's a nice one. Okay. Fortunately. That's good. Based on what you have seen, who do you think won? Planning or practice? Ladies or the gents? Yes, that's a nice guess. And I'm not saying that's wrong, so let us actually go with the facts. Here, the quality side or the planning got 240 points, whereas the quality, or this is the planning, my bad, sorry. So the quantity got 240 points, which is the practice, and the quality, which is the planning, got only 15 points. So based on these scores, let us applaud for the winners actually. And also because the users, or let's not say that, they also had their runner-up, but the point is that when we think about planning and practice right here, planning had their own speciality. They had more time. They were theorizing perfection. Practice directly went into action. They had less time to think. They directly went for action and tried to learn from their previous mistakes. Now the further conclusion will be given by Krishna.
So, I would like all of you to understand that Ulsman wanted us to understand that quantity has its own wins against quality. From this game, we understood that here quantity won and quality lost, and like it's always the ladies who win. So
That's very skeptical.
it's the facts.
Well, let's not jump into conclusions, right? Yeah. Let's not get into the bias part. Let's just say, let's congratulate both teams once again, everybody. Okay, now let's move on. This is a quote by Voltaire. He was a philosopher of his own time. We are so focused on the best approach that we never get around on taking action. The best is the enemy of good. Well, that is well said, and it's actually a thoughtful point. This is very correlated to our presentation because here the best is the enemy of good. Don't try to achieve the best. Try to aim for it, but work on the present. Try to work with what you have and improve it one by one. We already have learned about the 1% rule earlier, and that is what we have to imply here.
So, let me explain you how does repetition helps. From the fundamentals, we understood about plateau of latent potential. They explained that small habits every day with simple repetition of 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes could definitely reach you a stronger goal or a stronger success. So I want you guys to understand that if you build up small habits and repeat them like 5 to 10 minutes per day, then you will definitely reach your goal or the success you have been wanting for. This is the habit line from which we understand that A, B, C. If you keep on repeating small habits day by day and do them consistently, then the automaticity in your what you're keeping in the input will definitely go up.
This also showcases that 1% rule which I learned about earlier, and it's very specific. Let us actually analyze this photo, right? This is one of the key elements which we have to use. So just remember those 5 elements and throughout the presentations try to use them. That is what we have the 5 elements for. This is very crucial for understanding. These are like, we can say key points for, or we can say cheating points for understanding. Well, here we can see movie and nature. I'll give you 2 options, movie or mountain climbing. Let's call that mountain climbing. There's a big mountain over there. So raise your hand if you would rather go for movies instead of mountain climbing. I'm raising myself because I'd rather go for a movie. Yes, thank you, ma'am. So, okay, we have few hands. Now let's go for the other side. Who would rather go for mountain climbing?
Maybe not to the top of the mountain, but at least for the high level.
Well, trying is the part we should go for. That's very appreciable. What about the rest? You don't want to go for either? You have some other habit which you have. That's very well then. So I'll now say that, okay, what difference does this give? If action is more important than planning, then why do we still choose some actions over others? That's the point we have to understand here. One is going for movie, one is going for mountain climbing. Those are two different habits we can go. Now we know how to actually approach a habit. But after knowing that, we still need to choose which habit we should go for. How will we learn that? That is a question. It's kind of like to question or not to question. Maybe the answer is not in motivation. Maybe it is not even in discipline. Maybe it is something simpler. Then what is it then? Now, we learn that
It's the third law, make it easy. If you keep things easy and do them consistently with a little amount of discipline, motivation, and kind of obsession over it, then you would definitely get and approach the thing you wanted from the beginning.
now a part of make it easy is about human behavior. And about human behavior, our friends Geetesh and Abhilash are going to explain. So I'd like to call them to stage to take on the torch.
So here comes the topic, the law of least effort. What does the law of least effort means? Anyone would like to answer? What does the law of least effort means? Okay. The law of least effort means if a person chooses the path where he is a path where he will be choosing the choosing the easier way in which he can complete his activity or work in by using a least effort. See, for example, all of your kids would be writing exams every day. Every day means like every weekend and all. All they would do is that prepare for an exam before the night or before the day, before the exam, as thinking that they will be as they will be thinking they will be confident about the topic or the exam. The thing they do there is that they want to do it in a least effort, so they want to do it before the exam or before the exam. The actual point is that a person needs maximum rewards out of minimum efforts. This comes to our next topic, the shape of human behavior. This is the shape of human behavior where everybody will be choosing the least effort in their life. And I request one parent to come here and explain their view upon the law of least effort. Any one personal view from their places. I want a person to give a clarity on the law of least effort, what they have understood from my presentation or what they would want to tell about the law of least effort.
This is a simple thing here, law of least effort, which we have known. The name itself, law of least effort, right? The less effort you take. So what do you think? Paraphrase this and tell this in your own words. Anyone like to raise hand? I'd come there and give the mic. It's your wish. Law of least effort. That's what I'm trying to promote here. Thank you very much, ma'am. Let us all give a hand.
So law of least effort, it actually tells us, and it is actually applicable in our lives also. What we tend to do the things is less effort, less time, but the result should be there, right? So most of us tend to go with that. So here also, the things which are actually elaborated a lot can be minimized to be done in a particular time, specifically without taking much effort. Effort in the sense which are taking without taking much stress. That's what the law of least effort means for me. Whatever I understood from that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The shape of human behavior means
law of least effort. I wanted to give you one best example. Nowadays, even for entertainment also people wanted very least effort they wanted to put. That is how this reels became a very grand success. That's what I feel.
We got wonderful answers right here, and once again, let's all give them a hand. Let's applaud for them. And those are views which we are learning these. So, the law of least effort was promoted here. I came to your place, the effort you took was less. That's an example. Okay, now I'd like to give this to him.
At the shape of human behavior, every person will be thinking what they think, what they speak, what they see, or what they do. All these actions depend upon the least effort they will be doing. And now my friend will continue.
Now we are going to understand this topic with a simple friction game.
The stage, he will tell you what is here. He'll read it out, and you have to tell me what you understand from that. So, meanwhile, they are keeping the props. I'd like to call him onto the stage. Can you just read what is there on there?
Namaste everyone. Get the ball from A to B in least amount of time possible. Use your creativity. Now here point A and it is point B, where the ball has to be going least amount of time from point A to point B in possible ways. I request two parents for volunteering this activity. Sir, point A and point B, sir. The ball has to go in least amount of time from point A to point B with your creativity in possible ways.
Sir, once try with this all the obstacles once through the path.
Now use your creativity and make it go in possible amount of time.
So,
least amount of time.
Yes, you can use your creativity. So basically that is your playground. You can modify it to your liking. I'll give a hint. On the screen there is the biggest hint you can see. There's a really big hint of how to solve this on the screen. You guys have an idea?
Sir, it's your wish. You can take how many.
Keep your ideas with yourself. This is a game.
It's your
okay. Yes.
Sir, full creative. Shall I help you?
Okay. See, we had a problem here in middle. The ball stopped. It couldn't go to its goal. So that means we have to do further modifications. Once look at the screen. What do you see there?
Remove everything.
Who said that? Sir. Yes. Yes. Okay, everyone. Now that we have figured out the idea, I'll say this cardboard path was actually the obstacles, and we are removing the obstacles. That's the hint given on screen. Sir, should we remove this whole thing? Your idea.
Okay.
Should we? Okay. Let's remove this whole thing. Just throw it inside. It's alright. Obstacles are gone. We don't actually need them. Now, you can use. You can see still some obstacles are there. Remove that too. We can remove that.
Okay. Again we are using. Yes, sir.
Now we made it even more easier. This is an ideal way, but not the fastest. Okay. One more idea we have, which can make the ball go from the upper area, the upper surface, to lower one. And what do you think the idea is? Thank you very much. Okay, let's applaud everyone. Let's reverse it now. Now you can see the places actually switched. The A, which was below once, now it's up here. So this is the modification we are doing to our environment.
So how do you explain it if you can?
Well, you can see this is a representation of basically our life, right? This whole model is our life. Point A to point B is a path we are going for. That's our journey. The A to B is a journey. Ball is basically us going on the journey. Obstacles in between are the hardships we face. Basically, we first try to remove all the obstacles, and then we got an ideal path. But of course, where there's a will, there's a way. And we still have one more possibility to modify the platform so that it can still go quicker. So it's basically all modification. The more we modify it, the more we correct it, the better result we'll get. That is a core idea of this presentation and this friction game too. Thank you. So, thank you, sir. Let's all applaud again. We should, because it motivates our students and also helps us remove our stage fright. Okay.
It was an exciting activity. Now moving on, we will discuss on how to achieve more with less efforts possible. Have you ever wondered why we choose to watch Netflix rather than reading a book, or we choose to order food rather than cooking in our house? It's not because we lack willpower or we are lazy. It's just our brain is structured in a way to conserve more energy as possible. So we tend to do the things which takes the least efforts of ours to achieve it. So this is the topic, how to achieve more with less efforts, given by James Clear. Let me explain this as a simple example given by James Clear. Imagine you are holding a garden hose that has a small bend in the middle. For the water to flow through it naturally, you have two options. First up is to crank up the valve and let the water force out of it. It will work, but it will take the more efforts of yours. So the next option is to simply remove the bend and let the water flow naturally from it. Both the options will work, but the first option will take a lot of efforts yours. This is just like you want to achieve more by sticking with your bad habits. This is just increases the tensions in your life, which will be possible, but it would take a lot of efforts of yours. So let me, this is this theory. So let me give an example where somebody has used this. Like the Japanese companies, they have identified the wasted movement and unwanted movement that their workers do during their work time, and they removed it. Just like it, they observed an increase in their productivity and income. Just like this, you can also identify the obstacles in your life and remove them. Just like the friction game, just we have now observed. We have removed the obstacles and we have achieved what we want to do in the least efforts. Just like it, in your daily life, you should remove your bad habits, identify them and remove them, and all the obstacles also, to achieve what you want in the least efforts. So now, moving on to the next topic, I want to ask you a few questions. Have you ever wondered why? We want what we want? If we know what we want to do and we genuinely want to do it, why do we keep delaying it? And if a student wants to get good grades in his test, why do you keep delaying opening his textbook? Why does a parent who wants to get fit delays his first workout? These questions will be answered by our next friends, Sharman and Andrew.
So first, let me answer the questions asked by them. The answer lies in one simple truth, that is, starting feels difficult. And that brings us to the most interesting ideas of the atomic habits, make it easy. Many of us believe that motivation brings success. How many of you have believed that? Motivation is the key to success. Please raise your hands. Yeah. So even until we have read the book, we have thought the same thing. But after we have read the book, we found something that even successful people struggle with motivation. And the difference between successful people and motivated people is one thing, that successful people have learned how to start. And James Clear also argues the same thing. The problem isn't completing the habit or the task, but starting a task itself. So now think about it. How much time does it take for you to start watching a movie online? Just a tap. How much time does it take for you to start scrolling? just a click, right? So easy. That is why this happen automatically. But whenever we compare this with studying, our mind automatically creates some obstacles like I'll study it afterwards, I'll study after dinner, I'll study after checking my phone. The problem isn't with the study session but the beginning itself. So now we have understood the problem, right? So we need to know the solution, and Sharman will be explaining the solution, the 2-minute rule.
So thank you, Anirudh. So now let me start with the 2-minute rule. James Clear offers a powerful solution. He names it the 2-minute rule. The rule says when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. So at starting, this sounds ridiculous, right? Like reading one page can make someone intelligent. Can doing one push-up make someone fit? Not immediately, but that's not the point. The goal is not to achieve greatness in 2 minutes. The goal is to become the type of person who shows up every day. And when it comes to learning how to show up, let us take an example of two students, student number 1 and 2, where student number 1 studies for 3 hours only on Sundays. Student number 2 studies only 2 minutes and every day. So here most probably everyone would prefer student number 1. But James Clear would argue that student number 2 is building something more valuable. Here student number 2 is building consistency. So here we get to know that consistency is the foundation for every new habit. Now my friend shares a story where each of you can relate.
So thank you, Sharman. So imagine a child who dislikes reading. Whenever parents say to study for 30 minutes, he negotiates, he argues and he delays. Eventually studying becomes a battle. But now let us try a different approach. Instead of saying to read for 30 minutes, try saying to read for 1 page. 1 page, enough. No arguments, no huge commitments, no pressure. 1 page, almost every child can do this. And when they do this, something surprising happens. After reading 1 page, most of the students don't stop. They continue reading. Why? Any answers? Why don't they stop? Why do they continue?
The first steps are already taken and obviously they found it interesting, so they would like to continue.
Yes, ma'am, like that. So, the perfect momentum and you will continue. Now, let us understand the physics of momentum in a more practical way. How many of you have ride cycle in your past? Yes. So, could you please tell me what's the toughest part in riding a cycle? Pedaling for the first few seconds or riding the cycle itself? Yeah, you've known it, pedaling for the first few seconds. So once you pedal for the first few seconds, you gain momentum and you'll go with less effort, right? Energy to just start moving, that's it. Once it starts moving and gains momentum, it can go longer distances with very less effort. And our human behavior works in a similar way. Whenever we try to start something, the habit demands a lot of energy, and the 2-minute rule set by Sharman reduces the energy demand and makes the habit so easy that refusing it is almost unreasonable. Now Sharman will be continuing.
So now when we think of the question, why small wins matter? Let us consider an example of construction of a building. So it was not done in a single day, right? Not with a giant brick. It was done day by day and brick by brick. So something which is big also started with something small, like a journey with a step. So here the problem is not starting small. The problem is not starting at all. So when we think of what children learn from tiny habits, when children experience success repeatedly, they build confidence and they stop saying I can't do this and start saying I can do this. So here confidence is not created by speeches. Confidence is created by evidence. So here what is that evidence? So every completed habit is an evidence. So now my friend Anirudh shares a key message for everyone.
So before sharing a message, I would like to call Aditya to explain an activity where you can understand the topic more clearly.
Okay, so here I am again. This is the start of a train we saw before. I'd like to request once go back actually. Okay, no, otherwise let's leave it. This is the start of the train, right? Based on his explanation, we have heard that the start of the train or starting a bicycle the start is main point. It's important. Actually, I'll try to explain this. In a train, the start, where in the ancient trains or whatever, like the trains, even which we have in modern days, they require more energy to start in the initial steps. So, if I start the train right now, it will take more energy at the beginning. After increasing the threshold and crossing that point, it will continue. Then the train will go. So that is the ideology of the train. Now we can move on to a small activity. You all have been given paper searches. So using those, try to figure out this puzzle. Now what this puzzle is basically, there are 8 boxes here. And you can fill 1 to 8 digits. These 8 digits have one rule, that 2 consecutive numbers should not share next immediate boxes. Meaning, if 1 is on the top, these bottom 3 are not the places to fill 2. So, since it's a next consecutive number, it shouldn't be placed in those 3. If we keep it in the middle, it shouldn't go for the surrounding boxes. So that ideology kept in mind, try to figure out one possible method in which we can keep all 8 digits in given time. I'll give you guys 1 minute. Okay. So this is a grid, right? The continuing digit like 1, then 2, right? So if I keep, volunteers are there to help you if you want. You could ask them. Don't feel shy to approach. 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, somebody finished it seems. Please check if that's correct. That's amazing. Who answered this? That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you. And that is the answer. Is that the first and the last digit? Now, based on this, we have to figure out the logic. That is the balance required between the good habits and bad habits. Now, I take on this presentation myself. I can request my friend to go off stage and help the audience if they require.
Thank you, Aditya.
So here we can observe that 80% and 20%. If one increases, the other decreases. It's the converse of one another. Based on this, how to actually increase good habits? Let's understand the habit control box. That water is up till top. And if I add pebbles, which are good habits, into the water, it will overflow. That causes stress. So how to actually manage this? Let us use SpongeBob. Here is a commitment device. If we add that, then it will reduce the bad habits, it will suck all the water, and then we have less water now. So now we can add the good habits. Basically, these commitment devices are the balances of good habits and bad habits. Going on, it's all about how to wrap this up. Setting up rules for yourselves. If you can't trust your future self, you have to set up rules. If I suppose I have to wake up tomorrow, which I won't, I have to set up a person who I can trust, and he will create those rules for me so I can definitely wake up. That is setting up rules for yourself, because we can actually not trust our future self. Now design your environment. In Friction Game, we designed our environment to actually ease out our habits and how to achieve our goals in the least effort possible. That is how environment designing works, and that is what it does with choosing your habit. Going on, we have our favorite character here. Before that, let's ask ourselves questions. This question, when you design your environment, you don't need constant willpower. That is a quote, keep that in mind. Going with Doraemon, my favorite character, automates our habits. Basically, this idealizes that use of technology in our lives is important. Since this census board is a really good technology used by our school, which I really appreciate. In normal schools, we have blackboards and all, and these are still, there's a basic equipment for teaching. But census board take that to a new level. They take it to a higher level. And that is what technology does. It improves our habits and lifestyle altogether. So upping our level, let us go on, use this technology and move on. This is where the end of third law comes. What I'd like to say, the third law is basically making it easy and to have the least effort possible and to focus on start. Keeping these in mind, let us all afterwards learn, reflect and be better. Now I'd like to call my crew on stage so we can wind this up. I really appreciate the active participation and thank you to you all. This is the Make It Easy, the third team, and thank you. Now let us have a lunch break. The lunch is provided outside and you'll be given 30 minutes for lunch. So let's all have a refreshing break. Thank you.